Hey, hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in. We're going to see where this one takes us. And there's another deck that I'm hungry to use today. I feel like we need a message also from the ancestors. So we'll grab that as well. But let's start out with something kind of artistic. This is a collective. We'll talk about zodiacs as we see them appear. We have an Ace of Wands and a Ten of Cups. This is absolutely beautiful. And this is like someone who's become a brand new man. He's put himself into this little seed pod, reinvented himself, and here he is coming back out as like, wait a minute, this is my life and I want to have great happiness. I'm super passionate about being happy. This is awesome. As could be a story of a masculine, possibly a fire sign. Oh, very nice. The message from the ancestors has been balance oneself, right? So I don't know if this character, even the fact that he's coming out of this like little seed pod, maybe this is a divine masculine who said, you know what, I need to make sure that I get my chakras aligned. I need to get my energy flow. I don't know if he went into like one of those, isolation, relaxation, flotation tanks or something, or if this, represents him putting himself in like a little bit of a cocoon to like just settle his own energy. But it looks like the ancestors are like high-fiving all day. It says direction, growth, and life stages. Could also be that he is re-emerging as a newer version of himself. Sometimes in life it's like, okay, it's all about lessons and work. Like think of life as school. When we're in a really tough class and we are getting closer to like graduating, we have a capstone project, and they just everything is amplified because we're supposed to show proficiency in all the things that we've been learning for maybe the course of years, right before we achieve our full-on degree. It could feel like that's what he's been doing, and now this is him getting his graduation cap, and this is him finishing the capstone project, and now what are the rewards that he reaps? Well, I'm ready to be in happiness now. That's where I'm at. So it's definitely like time to reap the rewards of all of the hard work that's been going on. And the ancestors are like, the hard work you've been doing is you were working on balancing yourself. That's balancing and transforming. Both of these show, to me, they show somebody who's like re-emerging like from a chrysalis as a new person. So awesome energy on this. Okay, actually we should leave that deck. Let's go ahead. Since we see him reinvigorated, we see him, I would say, really pursuing happiness and being passionate about finding great joy in his life. Let's take a look. Is there someone or something that's already on his mind, or is this just the way he's intending to do his life now? We have him as a King of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and an Ace of Swords. He knows exactly. So he has somebody on his mind already. I don't know if she has some particular gentleness and wisdom to her, but we do see the little crab holding the little pearls of wisdom. Of course, she could be a Cancerian, possibly also, though, a Pisces or a Scorpio. He may be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but let's just say he's so clear now. He's so very, very clear on who he loves, what kind of energy he wants in his life. He wants somebody sweet, and he wants to go after his dreams. He's covered in dragon tattoos, which represent dreams. Even the fact that he has a bald head, that could symbolize somebody who's just really good at like getting downloads and messages from, the universe, listening intently to the messages that are around him. Let's look closer at that Ace of Swords. Again, aces are personal. He hasn't quite taken flight, but I always think this is a funny card because he's only wrapped up in toilet paper, right? So this bird can definitely bust free and, fly freely. He does not need to feel, entangled by something as weak as, the bindings of toilet paper, right? So we see him possibly at that moment where he's like, oh my gosh, there is nothing holding me back. We have a Nine of Cups. Again, he's wanting to pursue happiness. Everything here says like, it's almost like he's getting these like energetic projections from the universe. We have these obelisks on either side, which, like even in Rome, they took one of the obelisks from Egypt and brought it there, like right in St. Peter's Square. And it's just so interesting because, there's hypotheses that these obelisks were like something to channel energy from the cosmos into the earth or vice versa, but kind of connected to the cosmos. But I just feel like there's some kind of, I already mentioned, like maybe he's really getting terrific downloads, hence the bald head. I would argue that he is having messages come in from like the universe. Even here, see that we have the star that's pulsating clouds around it, but in these concentric rings. But I'm looking at it almost more like there's, a signal being sent out to him and he's just totally receiving it. I think that the signal is, what you want, what would make you happy, so go for it. With the Four of Cups can be illusions, disappointments, and missed opportunities. If loving her has been a missed opportunity, don't let it be a missed opportunity. You know exactly who your happiness is. That Ace of Swords is the truth. It's the clarity. And I feel like every breath he takes, he's getting that message from, is either his higher self or from the universe saying, you know exactly where a missed opportunity was. You know exactly what would make you happy. So take charge. Go after what you want. Tell me about that Queen of Cups for him. The Fool, the Two of Wands. There's a piece of him where he's like, do I just take this big old leap toward her? Again, he's got dragons around him. We've got butterflies around him. We already talked about butterflies and chrysalis, and we see the butterfly here. He is saying, I have the choice to take a leap toward her or not. But on this Two of Wands card, which would normally be, do I go right or do I go left? There's no option. There's only one way up forward. So it's kind of not ha-ha funny exactly, but he's saying, should I do this? And it's like, that's the only way you can go. Unless you just stay put. That's the only other option he has. He can stay right where he is, or he can take this leap of faith toward her. Basically, everything here says he's about to reach out to a Queen of Cups who has either in the past, she may have said something to him that was very wise, maybe given him several pearls of wisdom. Two of Pentacles. She has so much value. She has so much worth. Her words either gave him like some kind of groundedness. The Two of Pentacles is about juggling, or it can be about balance. Oftentimes it's about things that are more tangible in life. And certainly she's green, so she talks about growth, but she has coins covering her eyes. So it can be about, where's your wealth? Where's the thing that would make your life the richest? It doesn't have to be about money per se, but I almost think she must have given him some kind of straightforward conversation at some point where it's like, what are you going to do if in your life, shouldn't you always strive to be happy? Or, shouldn't you always, if we're going to put in energy, everything we do takes energy, right? To stand upright, our muscles have to work against gravity. Everything we do requires strength and energy on our part being expended just to live as a human. So why don't we always expend our energy for something that we really want? It looks really nice. We've got a Three of Cups. I do think that her words poured like a waterfall. I think that the things she had to say to him were both meaningful, and this impacted him in such a profound way. It actually, I wonder if her words still soothe him or helped him to grow and helped him to feel more balanced. So when he's thinking about taking this leap of faith toward her, wanting to go talk to her, I almost feel like he was in a very miserable place in his life at one point in time. He was in some kind of a rut. For him to have to feel like he's allowed to reinvent himself and strive to be happy. This whole thing says, I want to pour my energy toward finding joy. 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups. All of this, I wonder if when she knew him, this is not who he was. He might have been saying, I'm not allowed to be happy. I'm going to keep choosing things that make me miserable. I'm going to martyr myself. I'm going to stay in places that are not joyful. And I'm wondering if she had some I'm not saying she was trying to teach him anything, but she had some wonderful pearls of wisdom in regards to like life and happiness and freedom to pursue things that actually bring balance into your life. And I think that those things have echoed in his head. I do. I think with those pearls of wisdom, there's something about that. When he thinks of her like a flowing waterfall. He thinks of her as someone balanced and someone who can grow and someone who sees life as an opportunity to grow, which I would say also probably indicates that he already knows he could talk to her again because she'll understand life is full of growth. If he couldn't have chosen happiness before, but he can now, that will make sense to her. We have the Magician, we have the Four of Swords. He is revving up his energy. So remember that Nine of Cups card with him picking up these messages like from the universe and channeling energy. And our little monkey is holding the Ankh, that's a symbol of life again, Egyptian symbol of life. All of this says he can change his entire life right now. And here he is harnessing that power of the universe. We kind of have like the swirling, spiraling energy. Maybe we could call it the Merkaba, or he's harnessing energy in order, and he's listening again to the universe. The Four of Swords can be a moment of silence where we listen to the universe, or it can be a moment where we're finishing some healing. I feel like he's getting revved up. He knows what his intentions are. He's come through an old chapter of his life and he's embracing, I could actually live a happy life. I could actually love. I could actually be with the person that I love. I could gravitate towards someone that I really care about. I'm allowed to do that. Oh my God, I'm allowed to do that. That's how this feels, is that he's in a place where he knows he could have this, he could do this, he could make this work. Temperance. This is beautiful. This is both peace and strength and passion all rolled into one, because we have this tiger who is splashing through the water. And of course, tigers love water. This is beautiful. He's very, very happy all of a sudden, even to the point of saying, between the words that she spoke to me, that I found truth in and encouragement in, and the changes I've authentically made in my own life, I do know I'm very happy. I do want to be happy. I'm allowed to be happy, and I should be channeling all my energy toward like listening to, the messages from the universe, from the clouds, from my higher self, because it all sounds the same, which is choose to use your energy to create balance and harmony. Be passionate about finding happiness. And I really think he's simplifying his life in some ways and allowing himself to like either feel love or I don't know what made him so stressed out in the past. I don't know what style of life he was living, but I think he complicated things, or maybe he put too many, sometimes we can mess ourselves up by saying, I'm not good enough. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to be all these things. Unless I am perfect in every way, unless I can achieve these certain things, achieve this amount of money, then I'm not allowed to be happy yet because I'm no good yet. And I'm wondering if she was saying, you're missing the point of life. We're growing all the time anyway, but you have to flow with life. You have to especially we meet each other, we fall in love. Maybe that's a new kind of happiness that was supposed to be integrated into our lives. Maybe together, that's one of the purposes of this life, not just to go out and find money, not just to go out and perpetually say, I have to keep moving the goalpost so I can either never be happy until I achieve enough. She's really good at laying things out for him in a way that, you know what this is? It says the big lesson here is he just needed to allow himself to live and to actually say, I don't have to wait to be happy. I can be happy now. I'm allowed to be happy now. All right, your actions. We still have a Four of Wands in the reverse. He's either counting up the things that he doesn't have and contemplating what he would like, what would make him happy. We have Judgment in the reverse. We have the Four of Pentacles upright. In this storyline, it does not look like this wonderful slam dunk where it's like, okay, yay, now I'm ready to just go be with her. You know, when I said he has only two choices on this Two of Wands card, which is he's either going to take that leap and go talk to her, or he's going to stay right where he is. Well, for the moment, he's staying right where he is. He's not He's not going after her. He's not trying to create a relationship. He's staying exactly where he is on this side of the mountain by himself for a little bit. And maybe if he's really going to listen to his true self about what do I need to be happy right now, he may just need a beat. Just because she said wonderful things to him, showed him love, and he loves her as well, or is a good match with her in some respects, it doesn't mean that instantly then he leaps into her world. Doesn't mean that he ever will, actually. But her words helped him to say, I need to define what would make me happy. And those are the things that I need to pursue. And if what would make him happy right now is being in a place of peace and calm, manifest like a sense of power and calm for himself before he takes any motion anywhere, then he's allowing himself to do that. Actually, I think that's a great message. So much better than somebody who just barely gets themselves balanced, changes the way they look at life, and then instantly takes action. We have a 3 of Swords. He knows I need a moment to deal with whatever previous heartbreaks I had, whatever previous wounds I experienced. Oh, I can finally acknowledge those things. I can finally, I don't know if he's going to take like 4 days or something, but 4 of Pentacles says he's going to hold back for a second. He's not going right to her. He's going to hold back, and he's going to maybe pull these swords out of his heart. And then he moves toward her. We've got that 8 of Wands here. We have him saying, I would love to talk to her, but you know what? First, let me address what I've been through somewhere in my life. I said at the beginning, I think he was like miserable or something. Maybe he had a lot of betrayals. Maybe he had, other people that didn't treat him so good. We can see she did. She treated him with love and with wisdom. But it's so interesting because he's aware of that also. But that's exactly why it's like, what other wisdom would she give me? She would tell me, darling, you're allowed to be happy. I don't know why you're doing things that make you miserable. You don't need to move goalposts. You're already good enough to be loved. And you should allow yourself to live a happy life instead of just a stressful one. But maybe he was betrayed by a lot of people that made him feel not good enough. But what's awesome is he's like, I already know the other advice or wisdom she'd give me is pause and take care of me, and then go after what I want once I feel solid again. He will be talking to her, but he's going to pause. I don't know. I just feel like it's like 4 days of quiet. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, he wants to talk and talk and talk and talk to her once the conversations get going. He's doing just what he needs to for himself, maybe for the first time in his life. And that is thanks to the encouragement that she gave him once upon a time. This is a feminine who has been very important in his life. 10 of Pentacles. He's got a lot to offer her as well. I do feel like this will be a love story, but maybe the best kind, because it's one that's built upon like, look, I just want you to be happy. You deserve to be happy. I feel like she pointed out some things to him a long time ago, and maybe her words took quite a while to sink in, but man, did she have an impact on him. Such a beautiful, powerful impact. And although it's taken some time, you see him coming back around. You see this 10 of Pentacles. He will be offering her something huge. It's just not until her words sunk in and he's made those shifts that he needed to for himself. Beautiful message, actually. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. I so appreciate you guys. Take care. Bye.